To summarize the video you're about to see, I like these games. I think more people should play them. That's it. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Payton. It is nice to meet you, it is nice to see you, and welcome to the corner. Underrated cozy games. What is the criteria for underrated cozy games? Well, to me, it has to be a game that I have actually played, a game that I have actually enjoyed, and a game, most importantly, that I think not that many other people talk about as much as they should. So, in today's video, I compiled a list of some of my favorite cozy games that I don't think have as much love as they absolutely deserve. Now, what's overrated and underrated is absolutely based off of opinion, so these are just my opinions of some games that I really enjoyed that I either didn't get to see that many people playing, or I didn't hear people rave about these games as much as I think they should be raved about. All of the games in today's video have been featured on my channel before, so if you're interested in any of these games, I have coverage on every single one of them in case you're interested to hear my thoughts a little further. Before we get into today's video, please be sure to click the lovely little like button, as well as subscribe for more cozy, chaotic content, and if you want to see me stream cozy games live, I also do that right on this channel 3 times a week, and we'd love to see you at a stream. Okay, I will shut up, let's get into the games. I'm not really going in any particular order today, but I can tell you that all of these games have come out between 2022 and 2023, so they're all newer games. Starting off with one of the games I deemed my favorite of last year, this game is called Lonesome Village. And Lonesome Village is available both to play on Nintendo Switch and for PC. Lonesome Village is a relaxing, puzzle-solving, and life simulation game. In the game, you'll get to uncover the magical, mysterious past of the Lonesome Village and save the town from the hands of evil. Pretty much, you are an adorable little coyote new to the quiet village of Lonesome. With nothing but your can-do attitude, a map, and a secret past, you're ready to find answers to your strange dreams as well as a home in the cozy community. But not everything is as it seems in the village. The people of Lonesome have completely vanished, and a mysterious tower has risen up from the ground. You'll have to explore this tower and fight through puzzle-filled dungeons. Whenever you complete a puzzle, you'll unlock new characters that'll move back to your town. And as new characters move back to your town, different places in the town will get to expand. Meaning you'll unlock a carpenter villager, you'll unlock a villager that owns a clothing store, a place for fishing, even a band, and much more. In essence, it's your job to explore the cozy world of Lonesome, unlock more villagers by completing puzzles, and mainly play the game at your own pace, whether you want to speed through all the puzzles or take your time to explore. I love Lonesome Village. I talked about Lonesome Village quite a bit last year when it first came out. I think this is such an interesting concept. I love this idea of balancing puzzle and life sim. I love so much the mechanic that as you solve puzzles, you get villagers to move back onto your town, and as you get them to move back to your town gets further and further and further expanded, becoming less of a puzzle game and more of a life sim game as you get further and further. What I really liked about this game, other than the obvious adorable art style and universe, I really loved the puzzles. I found them to be pretty difficult, but not difficult where I felt like I would never finish the game. I had a lot of help though from my live stream audience, I will admit. I probably would have taken a lot longer to solve most of the puzzles without them. It was so exciting and so rewarding because the puzzles felt difficult enough, and then once you got the characters unlocked, we were always in for a surprise on what was coming next. I've definitely heard other people say really good things about Lonesome Village, but I don't really think it became the huge game that I wanted to see it become, because to me, this kind of mixing of genres was really exciting and not something that I see so many games doing. So if you're interested in checking out Lonesome Village, I definitely recommend it for someone who likes both puzzle games, mainly someone who wants to both relax and use their head a lot. The next game on the list is also available for both Nintendo Switch and PC, and this game is called Lil Gator Game. Lil Gator Game is an adorable adventure game. In the game, you'll get to discover new friends and uncover everything this island has to offer. You'll get to explore by climbing, swimming, gliding and sliding your way into the hearts of many different characters you meet on your travels. The game pretty much centers around a little alligator who is growing up. The game starts with the alligator and his big sister playing pretend as kids. As they grow up, the older sister moves away to college, leaving the little gator on his own to play. But when she comes back from college, he is so excited and wants to just rekindle the old playing pretend spirit they used to have. It's your job as the little gator to make more friends and entice your sister to play along with you. Along the way, you'll also get to customize your gator with different arts and craft supplies you'll find, and even do a little bit of combat when it comes to little cardboard creatures. This game was so unexpected. Obviously, it looks super cute just from the trailer, but I didn't really anticipate there to be that deep of a story behind it when I first purchased the game. I kind of thought, okay, cute, a little gator exploring an island, we're gonna collect some things, talk to some characters, it's gonna be a cute time. But I really love this premise of siblings growing up and trying to rekindle what you had as a kid and realizing that things are different now, but it's okay. I love this game. It made me feel so emotional, but happy, joyous. The characters were all really funny. I loved exploring the world. While it's a shorter game, it was short and sweet and really, really great. I feel like I heard some people talk about this game and how much they enjoyed it, but overall, this isn't one I hear talked about so much in the world of cozy gaming, and I definitely think this is a staple short-form cozy game that you should definitely check out if you're into exploring and a little bit of a heartfelt story. The next game on the list is one of my all-time favorites. I feel like I've talked about this game 8 million times by now, so I apologize if you've already heard me rave about this game. Right now, this one's only on PC, but there is a free demo for it. This game is called Garden Galaxy. In Garden Galaxy, you'll build and arrange your own personalized garden from randomized item drops, pulled from an enormous selection of different items and decorations. No two gardens are the same. When at the mercy of chance, every single garden you create will be unique and will evolve with every new item from the pot. You'll get to stack the odds in your favor with special items to increase the chances of getting the items you want, or even stop certain items from appearing altogether. You'll get to customize your garden not just with the furniture, but you'll get to experience different lighting, effects, background, and even weather. There also might be some cute little creatures that'll visit your garden as well. Overall, it is your job to stay on your toes and stay creative in this calming building game where you never quite know what's coming next. I love Garden Galaxy. This game is so good. Obviously, there are so many building type games, specifically cute plant-related building games. This is definitely not a new idea. However, what makes Garden Galaxy, I think, set apart from all of the other builders is the randomized items that you get. It makes the game a little bit chaotic. It makes the game challenging because while you're just, relaxing, creating whatever the heck you want, you never know what's gonna come next. You can want to build an entire beautiful waterfront garden, but then you stop getting water items and suddenly your waterfront garden turns into a bustling neighborhood garden or a desert garden or like a garden just completely overtaken by flowers. It really depends on what items you get. I think this one really pushes your imagination and creativity like no other building game that I've personally played. I love playing this one. I play it mostly on my Steam Deck. This is my most relaxing, I need to kind of unwind, think a little bit, but mainly no think, just vibe. This is that game for me. I so hope they bring this one to Nintendo Switch. This game recently had a big update, introducing even more new items, and the items that they have are so cute. More people deserve to play this amazing game. I've heard some of you rave about this one as well, but overall, this is not a game I hear talked about overwhelmingly enough, and being that this is my favorite building game I've ever played, I feel like it deserves a little bit more love. The next game on the list is one for Nintendo Switch and for PC, and this game I anticipated to be one of the biggest cozy games of the year. This game is called Blanc. Blanc is an artistic, cooperative adventure that follows the journey of a young wolf cub and a fawn stranded in a vast, snowy wilderness. In the game, they must come together in an unlikely partnership to find their families. You'll get to immerse yourself in the stunningly beautiful black and white world, completely hand-drawn on paper in 2D before coming to life in 3D. Blanc mainly focuses on the journey and experience of the animals with a text-free gameplay and storytelling that allows players to dive in completely to its world. Each animal in the game has their own unique strengths that complement the other. You'll need to figure out each one's skills and make use of it and navigate through the snowy landscape together. The game will lead you through complex puzzles that really have you thinking, and you'll need to make sure that you are in tune with both of the characters. And if you don't want to play by yourself, this game is best suited for multiplayer, and you can play together either locally or online. Like I said, I thought Blanc was gonna be one of the biggest cozy games of the year. It's been one of my favorite cozy games of the year, and while I think a lot of people talked about it when it first came out, I didn't see that many people playing it. In fact, I did play it. I made a video on this channel in collaboration with my friend Sarah Sunstone. There's a video on my channel that's part 1 of us playing, part 2 of her playing. We played the whole game together. It was the most beautiful experience I think I've ever had in a game, and I was so excited to get to play it with her. It was so much fun, and I felt like I didn't see that many people play it. Maybe it's because most people assumed you had to play this game with a second person for it to be enjoyable. I was really glad that I got to play this one multiplayer, but you can actually play this game single player if you do not have another person to play it along with. Personally, I didn't play it single player. I imagine it's more complex, but I really think this game deserved so much more love because it was difficult, but it was heartwarming. And the visuals and the world it created was absolutely stunning, and I feel like it should be praised a little bit more than it was. I definitely was scratching my head at some of the puzzles, and it was so great to work along with somebody else to figure it out together, and then it felt so just overwhelmingly positive in the end when we did get through to the end of the story. I laughed, I cried, I loved Blanc. The next game on the list I also declared was one of my favorite games of last year. This game is also available on PC and Nintendo Switch. This is the funniest game I've ever played, and this game is called Once Upon a Jester. Once Upon a Jester is a chaotically funny, musical, point-and-click game. In the game, you'll get to travel the kingdom as Jester and his best friend Sock, to improvise theater shows and perform on stages far and wide. You'll get to sing your hearts out, crack jokes, and impress audiences to become the stars of the famous royal theatrical spectacle. You'll get to embark on this adventure while meeting tons of wacky characters that are more unhinged as you go further and further in the game, and you'll get to perform your own shows. And in the game, no two shows are the same. You can make your own choices, being what kind of genre you want the show to be, if you want it to be a musical, and pretty much if you want the show to go normally or completely off the rails. But mainly at its core, it's a game about friendship, weirdos, a lot of singing, and the love of performing. This game was so much. It was so much in the best way. I streamed this game on the day it released on Nintendo Switch, not knowing anything about it other than it was like a cute theater game. And oh boy, was it probably one of my favorite live streams I've ever done because I did not stop laughing. The songs, first of all, hilarious, but also really good. Like the songs were really catchy. And even though the gameplay itself isn't that complex, you know, you're pretty much just pointing and clicking on what you'd like to interact with, and that's really it. It is up to you to make the shows however you want them to be, and overall the characters had so much personality, so much charm, and the story ended up turning out to be super heartwarming when you thought it was gonna just be crazy. I've seen people talk about Once Upon a Jester being a super fun game. It is a shorter form game, but I don't think I hear that many people talk about it as much as they should, especially if you're into games with a little bit more humor. I feel like this one is such a great one to check out, and maybe because I'm a sucker for musicals, but also one of the best musical soundtracks I've heard in a game recently. The next game on the list is the newest game on the list. This game just came out last month, and I did cover it on the channel. This game also is available for Nintendo Switch and for PC, and this game is called MINABO, A Walk Through Life. MINABO, A Walk Through Life is a social simulation game where you walk the path of life while your turnip grows and thrives, or not, in social situations. Life will start when you sprout, and time goes by with every single step you take. You can set your pace at any moment in the game. You'll live and learn and surround yourself with other turnips and interact with them to forge your personality. Your acquired strengths and weaknesses will affect your future interactions, and it's up to you to decide how you want to live your life. In the game, no two lives are the same, and when they end, every single one of them will generate a summary that you can share with your friends, or just to reflect on how you did. The game will feature tons of quests for you to do that give you goals to hit for your life. For example, there are ones that are like, you need to have 3 lovers in your life, or you need to have this many pets, or you need to make it to age 80, or so on. There's even a quest where your goal is to make not a single friend through your turnip's life. And once you get through enough of the missions, you'll also have a free play mode where you can live however you'd like. Overall, it's a game about life that combines humor, sentiment, coziness, and for sure, a lot of chaos. This one was one of my all-time favorites of the month, and it's one of my favorites of the year so far, because it's weird. It's a little weird. I'm not usually a management game kind of person. Sometimes they stress me out. This one does stress me out, but like in the good way. This one stresses me out in the good way. This game is so much fun. It's so unique because it is both funny, but also manages to kind of tug at your heartstrings. I think it's really cool how they have so many different missions so that each play of the game feels different. It doesn't feel like you're always striving for the same goal. It feels like, you know, some lives are more complicated than others, some are super easy, and along the way, it's always exciting to get to pick what you want to prioritize. It's such an interesting concept for a game. I've really enjoyed it. It's one of these games that you start playing and then you just like keep going. It is still a newer game, so I know it's hard to say a game is underrated when it just came out, but I think this one already deserves way more hype than I've seen it get because it's that fun. And the last game on the list is the game I picked as my favorite game of last year. This game is probably the most popular out of the cozy games on the list, but still not popular enough, and if you've seen this channel, you already know that I'm gonna tell you about Ooblets. And Ooblets is available both for PC and for Nintendo Switch. Ooblets is an adorable adventure, life sim, farming sim, and creature collection game. The game will follow your character who has just moved to Badge Town, a place where cute little monster babies called Ooblets run along. It's your job to take over the old farm, help the mayor with tasks to improve the overall image of the town, venture to the other towns in the world of Oob, meet their characters, and mainly connect all the towns back together. But above all, the most important part of the game is gathering and collecting Ooblets. And the way to gather and collect Ooblets is to engage in Ooblet dance battles. You'll get to collect resources needed to dance with each of the specific types of Ooblets, and there are tons of Ooblets, and each one will have 3 different variations. And once you get the resources you need, you'll get to engage in a card-based dance battle, and if you win, you get the seed to grow your very own version of that Ooblet. The game combines witty dialogue, a super colorful art style, and most importantly, adorable little creatures for you to collect and give you an insane amount of joy. It's no secret, I love Ooblets. I talked about this game so much on my channel last year. I was probably quite annoying about how much I talked about how much I loved this game. This game is so exciting to me because it combines multiple kind of genres in one. It is a life simulation and adventure game with farming in it, but also there is the whole aspect of creature collection as well. I think that this game is really great actually for people who want to start to get into life sim and farming sim games because it's not so heavy on that aspect. The farming isn't that entirely complicated, and the life sim part isn't either. The game is challenging enough to gather all the resources you need to collect all of the Ooblets. It's hard to find every Ooblet and every variation of the Ooblet, but mainly it is a super relaxing and chill vibe. I love farming sim games, that's no secret. Sometimes I think they can be stressful, but I think Ooblets is one that manages to keep a super chill and happy vibe throughout, even when things get a little bit challenging. My favorite part of the game, though, is of course the Ooblets. They're absolutely adorable, and getting each Ooblet is fun because they each have their own specific dance battles. You can customize them. You can also customize your farm and your house as well, and your character with tons of different outfits. Across the board, I think Ooblets is a really great cozy game because it has a little bit of everything to it. This is definitely a game I would recommend for beginner cozy gamers as well. I've definitely heard a lot of people talk about Ooblets. Like I said, it's probably the most popular of the underrated games on this list, but I don't think this game got the super huge mega hype it deserved just because it came out at such a crazy time last year. In the fall, there were so many cozy games. I think it was really hard for any of them to become as big as they could have been. This one especially. This is still to date one of my favorite games, and still I feel like it is very underrated. And there you guys have it. Those were some of my favorite underrated cozy games. I want to know what you thought down below. Let me know what your favorite underrated cozy games are. Under and overrated I think is absolutely just subjective based off of your opinion. This one was just my opinion, but I want to hear your opinion down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to click the lovely little like button on your way out, as well as subscribe for more cozy, chaotic content like this. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!